Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Rive to receive the top 10 stocks to buy right now. All right.
You want to do a lightning round on Wynn?
Let's do a lightning round on Wynn. I'm going to give just the highlight numbers here. Operating revenue, $889.7 million. That was down $104.9 million. Now, this isn't a huge shock but if you remember, over half of the revenue used to come from Macau. This was the gaming market that's about 6 times the size of Las Vegas pre-pandemic. The problem with Macau is it is a special administrative region of China. And when China goes on lockdown and doesn't allow travel, which they have been doing for almost 3 years now, it's Macau that takes a massive, massive hit. So there have been kind of fits and starts in Macau, but I believe they said that their casinos in Macau were shut down for a 12-day period in July. So they're really coming off of some basically 0 revenue days in that side of the business. So let's focus on Las Vegas. Las Vegas revenues, $544.4 million in the quarter, up $68.4 million. EBITDA, which is a proxy for cash flow, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, $195.8 million. I used to use a $500 million annualized adjusted EBITDA number as my proxy of like how much money Wynn Resorts, the Wynn Las Vegas is making. This number right here is $800 million. So
That's
$300 million more than I sort of thought was really good.
Well, I can tell you, we were in Las Vegas not too long ago. You took me on a tour of the Wynn, and it was packed. It's busy. Vegas is cranking right now. As important as Macau is for the long-term story, Vegas is doing some pretty heavy lifting right now.
That's absolutely true. And the other one that's surprising to me, partly because we didn't know what this property was going to look like when it was built, is Encore Boston Harbor. Revenue, $211.8 million. So Las Vegas, gaming capital in the U.S., $544 million, a much, much smaller property in just outside of Boston proper.
Come see me. We'll go visit it.
Yeah, we should do that. $211.8 million, adjusted EBITDA of $61.1 million compared to $64.6 million a year ago. That's pretty good. And we're not talking about, there's kind of the gaming win, WIN numbers where luck either plays in your favor or against you in certain quarters. So we're just kind of leaving that out of these numbers. But that's a really good property. The problem was in Macau, Wynn Palace, which should be their flagship. We should be doing over $1 billion in revenue a quarter. $75.2 million in revenue in the third quarter. Adjusted EBITDA was a loss of $21.8 million. Wynn Macau, net $40.4 million, a decrease of $90.3 million, and adjusted EBITDA of negative $43.8 million. So Macau is basically a zero at this point. The way that I'm looking at this business, and I'll leave you to the final thoughts if you have any, is Macau is like a massive call option for this company and the few companies that have operations there. If it comes back in any meaningful way, if what happened in Las Vegas, where people were on lockdown for 6 months and then they went absolutely insane in Las Vegas for the next 3 years, what's going to happen when 1 billion people go from zero COVID to being able to go out to Macau? It could be crazy. It could also, the Chinese government could also just shut it down. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's pure upside to me at this point if Macau ever recovers.